Hi, I'm Brandon. I love Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Brian. I like Hallmark Christmas movies.
I'm Dan, and I despise Hallmark Christmas movies, and this is the
Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast. Brandon and friends host his podcast. We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Well, hello, everybody.
Wow.
It's great to be here.
It is great to
Sure
be
is.
here. Yeah.
Christmas is quickly approaching. We are
Right around the corner.
under 20 days now. Can you believe that?
I believe it.
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
We got to be close to 30 movies at this point, right?
Oh, yeah. I think we're there or at it or under.
You think we're
So
there,
around-
at it, or under? We are one of those three. I
It's
promise.
time for there, at it, or under.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to this, that,
Hey,
or
Brandon,
at,
great
or
to be
over.
here.
I'm going to
Good to be here,
name you
Brandon. something,
something, and you're going to let me know if you think that it is there, at it,
Yep.
or
Sure.
under. Hold on. You guys know the
We're
rules.
quick on the buzzer.
Whoa, we'll
Yeah.
get better
Yeah.
later in the season.
You guys
Yeah.
are playing. You're a team.
We're a team. Of
Yes.
course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of
we're
course
team.
we
Yeah,
are.
we are. Yeah, of course.
Obviously.
This is like
It's like
family.
Yes,
It's like
yes,
family
that's right.
feud.
All right, so
It's
we're
matching
that's
uniforms.
right.
All right, guys, you have to name the top 3 things that people said are there, at it, or under sea creatures. Go ahead.
We're gonna go with there.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you misunderstood the rules. You need there or under.
We changed our
we
answer.
got
At
another
it.
one.
At it is what we're gonna go.
Guys,
There's
that's-
no way the game's there, at it, or under, and you don't guess there,
Okay,
at
so
it, or
here,
under.
I thought we made it pretty clear. I'm sorry. You are having to come up with the top 3 answers of
On the
sea
board?
creatures that are there, at it, or under.
Oh. Okay.
Try again.
They're all 3.
3 are there, at it, or under. Top 3
So
answers
3
on the board.
that are there.
At it
There,
or
at it,
under.
or
That's
under.
all. That's all of them.
1,
Correct.
2, 3.
But you need to come up with 3 sea creatures, Dan. 3 different sea creatures.
We're gonna go with seahorses.
seahorse is the number 1 answer.
Oh, wow.
Number 1 answer on the board.
There, at
At
it,
or
or under.
under.
We're talking about a not so royal
I think actually
Christmas
we should
today.
go with under. Is it too late to change your answer to under?
Cobra.
Kai.
Cobra.
Kai.
Cobra Kai Never Die. It's December 7th, everybody, which is a very exciting day.
It is, for a number
of
of
course.
reasons. Mainly it's because it's why we're here.
It is
That's
why we're
gotta
here.
be
It is
it.
why we're here. Brian, did you have something planned for today's
Oh, yeah,
episode?
we do. I mean, we did a little something special last December 7th. I thought maybe we bring it back and see how we if we can recreate that moment. There was we'll give you this guy here. It was a special segment scene in this movie from last year that we'd like to reenact, and we reenacted it last year. I figured let's give it another whirl and see how it holds up. What was this? Long Lost Christmas?
Sure.
I believe it was. And little exchange between Taylor Cole and Benjamin Ayers as they're looking for a little Christmas tree.
December heaven. December heaven.
Yeah, so one of you's got her lines, one of you's got his lines, and I guess I'll just say action.
Wait a minute. You don't have a Christmas tree yet?
You're just doing the math on that?
It's December 7th. You seriously don't have a tree?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, we're going to fix that.
Well, yes, we are. That's exactly why we're here. So, what do you think of this?
It's a little small.
Yeah.
Yeah. Insane.
Nailed it. And scene. We're
Great
getting
job,
better.
guys.
We're getting better.
Just I would ratchet down the sexual tension.
Yeah, no,
and
there was a
other
lot
than
of that
we're
there.
pretty good.
That's true.
You thought the
Great job.
sexual tension was too much?
A little bit much.
I mean,
It's
he was
just-
hip thrusting because
Yeah,
of Wayne
there's a lot
Wednesday.
of
There's nothing
thrust.
we can
Speaking
do.
of
address that later on.
tension, I do need to discuss something, not of the sexual sort, but standard tension. Guys, I've been grinched.
Standard.
I have been grinched.
Oh, I
and I need to
heard.
talk about
all year
this.
long.
I walked outside this morning to find I have the house is decorated and I have these 3 lawn ornaments like blow molds, and the tree has
What did you
lights.
say?
Blow molds.
Is that
Blow
what they're
molds.
called?
Okay.
Yeah, they're called blow molds. And
Can we call them anything else?
called blow molds.
Okay.
I don't know what you want me to say.
So you got 3
else.
blow molds.
I have 3 blow molds. My tree has lights up it, and a Rudolph inflatable. And
straight up the blow mold.
no, the lights are up the tree.
Okay,
The
got
blow
it.
molds
I thought we
are
were
lit.
talking standard
The
tension.
blow
That's right,
the,
What
the
happened?
blow
That's why we're
molds
here.
the blow molds are lit from the inside.
What What other way would you
And
line
I walk
Think of
outside.
any other way.
I walk outside and I'm immediately struck by the fact that all 3 blow molds are flat on the ground.
Blow molds are
And
flat.
it's not entirely rare. Like is there windy? If it's windy, they blow over.
Yeah.
Like they're blow molds, they blow over. But they were pretty thrown
Blown
about.
over?
And then I noticed that the lights around the tree were starting to be unwrapped.
Unfurled.
And then I walk around and I notice that my Rudolph inflatable has been stolen.
Stolen?
Stolen.
Stolen. Just
Yeah.
stolen.
Stolen.
We end that with
Stolen,
N. Yeah,
Brad.
stolen.
And everything is unplugged from the extension cord.
Oh my
Everything is run amok.
Yeah.
I've been grinched.
Sounds
And I don't know, like, I'm going to put out the call, like, if anyone knows who did it, like Greenville PD, but just call them, call 911. They'll ping
Do
it
not
through.
call 911 for
They'll
that.
ping it through, though.
They'll ping it through.
Yeah, best.
100%.
Is that
Let's
how
not
that
jam
works?
up the 911.
This is important.
Is that not how you
Circuit.
call the cops?
There's a
a
you just go to
non-emergency
Greenville
line.
County Police
But
Department.
if you call 911 and you say, I need to talk to Greenville PD, will they route it through?
Yeah, but they could be like late to getting to an actual emergency at that point.
I understand, but I don't have the number.
We
The
shouldn't
one number
use
I do have.
911 is our quick circuit to the police
Thank you. Yes, we
for
should.
non-emergencies
You're saying
like
no?
your blow molds.
Yeah, they were on the ground. The blow molds are. Something I was stolen.
You were stolen.
I got thefted.
Sounds like a theft.
This is a theft, and
It's
I
a
don't.
crime.
It absolutely is a crime,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying my neighbor did it. I'm not accusing my neighbor of
hope not.
stolen. But did
I
you?
didn't do anything.
Okay, I'm just-
Are you? What did you
That's all he
accuse
needed to
me
hear.
of
That's all
that?
he needed to hear.
That's all I needed to know.
How dare you?
But here's the thing. I'm
I
not gonna.
wouldn't touch your blow molds on a dare.
Here's the thing, though. You're a man of your word. I know if you say you didn't do it, I'm
I
not going to
didn't do
push.
it.
Yeah, that's all I needed.
I didn't do it.
I could see you doing it as a joke.
I would never.
As a joke.
But would I steal?
Pretty good joke.
Maybe put it in your garage.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would. That would be a
so
good
that's
joke.
what I'm saying.
I'm mad that I didn't think of this, but I didn't do it.
That's
No,
all
I
I'm
didn't.
saying.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. I didn't
didn't
know if
do
it was
it.
a joke. I didn't know if it was a joke.
Joke.
A joke.
I didn't know if it was a joke.
I didn't do it either, bro.
I wouldn't think you would do
I
it,
did
little baby
do
Brian.
it.
I wouldn't. Aaron, did you do it? Okay. All right. No one did it.
Nobody here.
I mean, someone did it.
Somebody did do it.
And this call 911.
Do not.
Route it through.
No.
Right through. You have like a promo code they should enter? Where they
Promo code DECK at checkout on the 911.
Yes.
They'll route you through.
They'll route you
They
through.
have to.
They're really
legally.
just a switchboard service at 911.
That
This
was
time of year yet?
my understanding. We're talking about a not so royal Christmas. This aired on Saturday, which was December 2nd. Yes, December 2.
December 2. It's a
if
whole
you
ball
will.
game.
It went a little something like this. Oh boy.
Look out.
Uh-oh. This, that, or
Hold,
under.
everybody.
Hold,
Hold, please.
Count Dracula is alive and well, and folks are touring the Count's castle and are disappointed that they're not going to see the royal family. We meet Charlotte. She works for RGE, which we all know is the Royal Gossip Entertainment. It's like TMZ, but exclusively royal. She wants a raise, but it's not looking good for her. We meet Adam. Adam is the groundskeeper for Dracula, and while decorating the castle for Christmas, he finds a gold medal. Count the gold medals with me. One. So Count Dracula is notoriously evasive. He never shows up to anything. No one even knows what he looks like at this point. So Charlotte bets her boss that she can get an exclusive interview with Dracula. If she shows up, she gets a raise. So she shows up at the castle to sneak around trying to find the Count. And she ends up finding Adam, who is there trying to return the gold medal to Dracula. So Adam, who is there, he starts playing the piano. And when she sees the gold medal, she assumes you must be Count Dracula. So she snags a picture of him, and she is thrown out by security, and they say, don't you dare post that picture. And she says, give me a one-on-one or I leak the pictures. So that's a big deal because no one knows what he looks like. And so the security guy approaches Adam and is like, hey, here's the thing, man, there is no Count Dracula. He fell in love in Daytona Beach and left and never returned. Would you mind acting as if you are Dracula and letting this woman do an interview? It'll help us out a ton because people are starting to talk about where he is and whatnot. So he's like, yeah, sure, I'll do that. She starts her interview, but that night she spots him at the bar looking like a commoner, looking like us. And with glasses and better looking all around, still like one of us. He says, I come here in disguise, so I can have a normal life and play that game you Googled.
Slow jar.
Slow jar.
That's not it. It's not slow jar. It's something else.
They're hanging around a lot. They're having a good time. They're getting to know each other. The guards are coming down a little bit. She's coming in and she's like a part of meetings now, and so is he. He's like really stepping up and like having say in things. And naturally now they are counting and now they are planning the party. So
classic.
There's something that you can do. But out of nowhere, a picture shows up on the line. And
pictures on the line.
Picture is on the line, and it is of Adam. They say, "Hey, we have found Count Dracula. Here he is." And so Charlotte's like, "Boy, guys, I didn't do that. I don't know what to tell you." Turns out it's Tony. Tony is her editor and has come over because he keeps like asking her, hey, I need proof of life. I need proof of life of Count. And she's like, it's coming. So he takes matters into his own hands. And so things are getting serious. They are talking like he's basically running the state now. He is full-blown Dracula. He gets to do whatever he wants, basically. And it comes out, though, it is becomes clear that she works for a gossip magazine.
Oh, no.
She doesn't work for an uppity-up high class. She works for... She isn't who she says that she is, so she is thrown out. But then she finds out that he isn't Dracula at all. Boy. In fact, he's just some guy named Adam. So she comes up and she's like, how dare you? And he's like, how dare you? And they kind of go back and forth. But luckily, the bulk of the ball was already planned. So that everything is good there. They do have the ball. And she ends up showing up and they kiss, they make up, and we're all happy for that. And then they ask him from the stage, hey, man, would you like to be the Count now forever? And he's like, one condition. I get to stay with her. She gets to kind of, we get to kind of.
Exactly how it went down. Okay.
Basically, he's like, hey, I'll count as long as I get to count with her. And so that's really great. And he's gonna count, and they're gonna stay together, and they kiss some more. And that, my friends, was a not so royal Christmas.
We did it. That was one of our best ones there.
We did do it. We did do it.
Yeah, we did it.
We 100%
really in the zone.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll break this movie down with 4 segments here on Deck the Hallmark.
Dang it. Get it better.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking about a not so royal Christmas. Brooke Dorsey, Will Kemp, Count Dracula
et al.
Let's get to it. Let's start with a hot take. Let's share exactly how we felt about this movie. It's December 7th. That's why we're here. So, Brian, what did you think about a not so royal Christmas?
Yeah, this an Anna White joint, so obviously going to be well written and funny, and it was. I liked this. I did like this. I think it's a funny idea. You're right there, Brad?
You okay, buddy?
I did like this. Isn't this the dream? Like, you just fall into a scenario where you're given basically keys to the castle.
Yep.
This is the rock star with Mark Wahlberg of Royal Christmas movies.
Wow, what a callback. The old rock star.
Yeah, it's what it is.
A lot of people have seen that movie.
That's a classic. Basically, the story of my life. Well, it should be. It's the story of my life, basically. And I feel like this was put on screen.
You were in a band. You made the front page of the newspaper in town.
I did do that.
Not for that thing.
No, it was not related, but people knew.
Yes.
And then I was virtually plucked out of obscurity for this.
That's right. That's true.
Thrown in front of the masses.
Really
relatable. The royal traditions started to annoy me, and maybe that was like the point, is that you're supposed to be annoyed by this ridiculous stuff they're doing.
I don't think so.
Definitely not enough of him experimenting with the powers he has inherited. Like, I would be ordering the most ridiculous breakfasts, dinners, trips, cars, everything.
Did you say breakfasts?
Breakfasts, dinners.
Breakfasts.
Breakfasts.
Not breakfasts. You're not my 7-year-old child.
That's how mine talks too.
Yeah.
Breakfasts.
Breakfasts.
Dinners. What have you?
I'm gonna order a lot of extravagant breakfasts.
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 It's just so many S's. I like to separate them a little bit. So yeah, I liked it. I think this was pretty cool idea, funny, and well done.
Great.
Yeah, I thought this movie was fine. I do feel like I was duped into a party planning movie, which I have gone on the record and said I want no part of anymore. So that was disappointing, but I do love these two leads. And I will say, I do feel like for the last couple of years, we have seen Will Kemp in suits and dancing attire. And so it was good to see him, like, we're just one of the bros, like just hanging out. And I thought he was wonderful. It's great to see Brooke on the screen as well, of course. I will say, like, I personally found it weird that through this whole movie, they don't, like, I don't know if like Dracula's name is TM'd or whatever. I obviously said it, but they like refused to say him, like call him by his name. So I thought that was weird. But overall, really.
I think there's only one count. I believe so. Yeah,
okay.
I think so. Yeah.
All right, that explains it.
You have to stay with him. Okay. It's okay.
That's fine.
He'll get there.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good movie overall, but not one of the best, not one of the worst. It's going to be right there in the middle, and obviously we need those to survive. So here we go.
You can't have the bad ones. You can't have the good ones without the bad ones.
That's right.
You can't have the bad ones without the middle ones.
But good day on the golf course, at least. I would say this. This is the most disappointing movie of the year. It's hard for me to extricate my expectations from the reality here, because
I know what that word means, but for those at home, the kids in the car,
to extricate something is to remove it or separate it.
Got it.
I was under the impression it was having to do with breakfasts.
I did.
Breakfasts. It's hard for me to separate
like
those
an
two
excavator,
things, because if you told me on paper it's a Will Kemp royal movie, but it's fake. He's not really royal. He has to pretend to be royal, and Brooke Dorsey's in it, I would say this is going to finish top 10 easily. And instead we get a movie where I feel like she is really gaslit for most of this movie. I feel like she has every right to be angry at Will Kemp for lying about this. I also feel like they underused the situation. Yeah. I thought it would have been much funnier had they both admitted their lie to each other and used it together to be like, well, we both need to further our status, so let's lie together, and then they fall in love and it's more like a fake relationship over a lie. That would be a better movie. Instead, it becomes a bland party planning movie. And if you would have told me on the surface that this movie where Will Kemp has to pretend to be royal but he's not, and Brooke Dorsey's in it, becomes a fake party planning movie, that's the worst timeline for this movie. And so, unfortunately, if this movie was something that I didn't have high expectations for, it would have probably ended up in my bottom 3 or 4. But I think the cast elevates it a little bit. Yet, considering what I was promised, or I thought I was promised, the movie is such a disappointment. So it is definitely in the bottom half, probably near the bottom somewhere. So sorry, guys.
It's time for all the feels. We're talking about when this movie gave us those feels. I'll start with you, Brian. I will.
Sure,
I will.
Thank you.
I will.
I appreciate that.
I will.
I won't let you down.
Please
I will.
do. I will. I will too.
Okay.
We both will.
You too, Aaron, you cool with
Aaron,
this?
you good?
Wait
Uh-oh.
a second. We got a problem.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Well,
I'm
it's
gonna do it anyway.
2-3
Yeah,
majority rules.
Yeah, majority rules. So my feels was, what was it? Oh, the bar. They spent a good amount of time in that bar, and that bar was decorated really nicely, like lights everywhere. Like, it just had a really great holiday vibe, and a holiday vibe kicking bar.
A holiday vibe kicking bar.
I don't know where to go after vibe. A bar with a strong holiday vibe.
There it is. You just start with a noun. That's how you do it.
I love that. And I wanted to be in that bar. There's a bar here in town like that you can go to. I bet a lot of bars do it, but I love that. So that was a good feels for me.
I didn't know that it was an option to find a royal gold medal and then for it to change your life. But now that I do know that, I have news. I am moving to where there is royal families. I know those locations, of
for sure.
course.
What's the name of the country in this movie right now?
Oh, Lord.
I don't know it either.
I don't either.
Grantonville.
Nope.
Grantonville.
It's like
Breakfasts?
Breakfasts.
Norden.
I'm going to go outside of the castles and just metal detect the heck out of it. And will gold pop up in the metal detector? Do I need a gold detector? I don't know. I'll figure. These are all obviously these. I'll shake all this out ahead of time. I didn't know it was a thing. Now I know that is a thing, and that makes me happy. Now I have meaning in my life. Dan?
I did search my heart. I did not find anything to report back. I am sorry. I'm not sorry.
Man.
Welcome back. We're gonna take a break here on Deck the Hallmark.
Deck the Hallmark. Did you say welcome back?
I think you did.
It's that time of the year. This is movie 32 that we're reviewing right now. 32.
Yeah, man. I said welcome back. I was thinking about how we had to go to break, and then I panicked a little bit and thought maybe we already did, and so I said welcome back.
Welcome back.
Big whoop.
You want to go with the outro now?
Yeah, let's hit the board.
It's time for the Wait What Is, where we talk about what in this movie. Let's go. Wait, what? Brian?
Yep. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
So his mom's running that cafe by herself. Like, if she gets stuck in one conversation with a long talker, everybody's waiting. Like, that's just not acceptable. Can you imagine having to go into a place and you see like, oh great, she's talking to Jerry. I'm gonna be here all day.
It's gonna be a long day. I would not stand for it. I'd be out of there.
Sustainable. Yeah. You can't do that. Great, phenomenal green screen scene with her standing in front of like a series of shops in the background.
There are so many shots in this movie that I think are video green screens.
Yeah, there were a handful.
A half dozen, but the one you're talking about is an all-timer.
It's great. I'm watching it, I'm like, my jaw's open, and then you see like a flicker by her glove, and I'm like, boy.
Yeah.
It's great.
I want to know how much of this movie wasn't, like, takes place out of doors, was not. There's even a scene inside in one of the areas of the castle or whatever that I said, is that I think some of the inside may have been green screen too.
It was like they're like, let's see if we can do it. Like we know we shouldn't, but let's just try and we'll see who we can pull this over on. Any it worked for some scenes, not for others. The dance scene made me so dizzy. Like they were dancing and just spinning and spinning and spinning, and like they wouldn't stop. And I had to like turn my head. I'm like, I'm getting nauseous. Like that's why I don't dance. Like it's no other reason. It's because
you get nauseous.
Yeah. That's the big reason.
Cold blue too.
And I just thought like in a village where you have a royal family, like a big part of it is you support the community, and they didn't seem like, to use a phrase of yours, like T to the P or P to the T,
P to the ode,
P to the ode at
P
all.
to the T.
That they got no support.
What do you think the T stands for?
S-T-E-Y, girl, you tasting the P to the A to the S-T-E-Y.
Top? I don't know. So P to the O.
They're P to the T.
Yeah, P to the T to the O.
At least at breakfasts they are.
You don't have to tell me twice. So I just thought the community should be a little more upset that they were getting absolutely nothing from this family, no assistance, like everything was outsourced, and they didn't really. I feel like an uprising coming. I didn't see any inclination of it, but I felt like they have every right to kind of take their town back.
Yeah,
that was it for me.
I got a couple. So. Can you just ask your boss for a raise in the middle of the office? I know that you can, but should you? Is that the best way to do it? Out in the open? Hey, boss, let's hash this out here now. I think I deserve more money. Doesn't it normally happen behind closed doors? I don't know how they do things over at Royal Gossip Entertainment, but they wouldn't dare do that in TMZ. I know that much for sure. At the end of this movie, he is honorary count, and I've seen like honorary doctorate speeches.
That's
like
right. Yes.
Isn't it just like that?
Yes.
Like it doesn't really do. He's acting like he's moving in. Like
That's right.
he's acting as if like, oh,
can I date who I want to date?
Finally,
you do whatever you want to do.
Can you imagine them saying, "Hey, we'd love for you to come and get an honorary degree," and you're like, "Oh, on one condition, I get to stay with my wife." Like
if you gave like a graduation. Like, a speech at a medical school, and they're like, we're giving you an honorary doctorate. And you're like, all right, so can I choose where I give the surgeries? No, you don't. Look, buddy, you do what you want to do. It's honorary.
It's honorary.
You're not actually in the family.
Yeah, but I do think that now, like, it's yes. I just don't know what it means. I don't know, like, because he seems to think that it means one thing, and they're on stage being like, yeah, you can stay with her. It was all very. I think he thinks he's moving in, and that makes me happy for him. Dano,
the beginning of this movie shows 3 people touring this castle or whatever, and they are just like flabbergasted when they don't get to see the Count. Have you ever toured a place that is a residence of someone famous and been like, well, I was under the impression. Can you imagine touring the White House and be like, hey, when's Joey B getting here? When's Uncle Joe coming for the part of the tour? That's just not how tours work, guys. Like, you don't go to the Biltmore house and go, so when do we meet the Biltmore family at the end of it? That's not, you're taking a tour of the facility. You're not getting a tea with the owners. That's not how that works.
If you come to our office, don't expect to see us.
No, we will stay. We're just aloof. We won't talk to you at all. It'll be really awkward.
It will be weird because we only have so many places to hide.
Yes, exactly.
We'll get
we'll
weird.
Be in one
like where this is not a castle. Castle is easy.
This is
just stay in your office.
Square feet of madness.
This is you find us pretty quickly, but we'd act as if you can't see us. It's a weird thing. We've been practicing it.
Sure,
it's cool.
I can't explain to you how much this gossip publication is thriving. They are sending people overseas. They have offices. They're offering raises for just articles on the royals only. They are a royal exclusive gossip publication. That business model is wackier than ours. That is a wacky business model that does not have a high-rise office space with raises. And we don't even have cubicles here. We don't have that here. We have one office where it's 10 degrees colder than the rest of the space.
It's basically a torture chamber.
That's what we have. We don't have
medieval torture chamber.
No, what a royal that's right. It's a medieval torture chamber. And in the medieval times, they really pumped that HVAC in strong, didn't they? Yeah, that's how they get you. He finds a medallion just laying out in the lawn, and then we come to find out that medallion is something that the royal family has been looking for 4 years. Did they never check out blatantly in the middle of the grass? Did they not think to go, let's just give the yard one quick once over? I don't understand how that works. I love the fact that they are committed to this lie so much that they allow him to come to the meetings and plan the ball with them. Like, we get it. You've got to be the fake Count for a while, but I guess now we have to take all of your advice about how the ball that we've been running it's a tradition. I believe, I don't know if they said a century, but they said this Christmas ball in this town has been going on for forever. And they've never allowed anyone but royals to attend. And this year, for the first time ever in the history of this country, let's give it a name, can we? What's the name of it? Shallowford. Sure. Shallowford. In the history of Shallowford's entire royal family, the ball has always been for royals only. And this year, for the first time ever, they've opened it up to the public. And do you know how many people from public come? Maybe 2 dozen. Maybe 2 dozen. The whole nation of Shallowford's like, they're opening it up to the public? No, it's a pass for me. It's a pass for me. What?
It's like in the Frozen Christmas special when they open up the gates for the first time for people to come in.
That's right.
Everyone says, we have our own traditions. Like, there's nothing that we can do here. Maybe it's like that. They got their own traditions. Like, thanks for opening it up. Super cool.
Yeah.
But
maybe it's a weeknight.
We have there's nothing we can do. We have our own traditions.
We've got our own things going on. Yeah. We couldn't possibly make it to this once in a lifetime opportunity that's never been offered ever before. You imagine if Buckingham Palace was like, Christmas ball open to the public. It would be it would be a clown show.
Yeah.
And here it's all the members of the royal family plus a few gossip rag columnists and 10 townspeople. And they're like, I guess I could get dressed up for this event if I had to. If we open the deckies up to the public, there'd be more people at the deckies than there would be at this royal event that's open to the public for the first time.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
We had more people come watch us sit for 24 hours.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
Do you want to go watch them sit?
It is a good thing that Will Kemp's mom keeps the framed pictures of him as a child on the corner of a stove in her pub. That is where
Mom, you got to take them down, but don't take them far.
She takes them down and she's like, where could I put these that they would be safe? Let me go to my pub to the stove where they cook the food and put them precariously in a stack on the corner of the stove in the pub. That is, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's all I got.
It's time for What the Hallmark Story. You wonder what could have been. Maybe it was closures with stuff.
Welcome back.
Brian?
Good to be here, Brian.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Why do we...
Wishy.
TM. Why do we keep going back to the Northern Lights?
What is that?
You'll get it.
Yeah,
It'll take a second.
don't
You'll
worry.
get it. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know.
You're still excited about Christmas. When that haze wears off, you're going to get that
you'll
joke.
be looking for
When
stuff.
I yell wishy, you're going to get it.
All right.
Why do we have to keep using Northern Lights in the movies?
It's been a big year for Northern
It
Lights.
has, for fake ones.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, it's been really big.
They just keep coming back, and it's sort of like everybody's sitting around like, oh, we got like 10, 15 seconds to fill. What should we do? Northern Lights scene? Yeah,
the
Northern
only
Lights.
thing I can figure is all of these fake countries all are very close to the Aurora Borealis.
That's
Like,
the
they all
thing.
are.
Like
But so
at
what?
this point, I feel left out. I feel like I'm in the only place in the world
Where you
that
can't
doesn't
see
get
them?
the Aurora Borealis
Like,
on
in
a
your
regular
face.
basis.
Yeah. Yeah. I
that's
don't know
tough.
why we have to keep showing the Northern Lights. Like, we don't need them. They have nothing to do with this movie. Like, it doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think we can just stop that now.
Yeah, we can, for sure.
So I'm obviously interested in the RGE. I think that is wild, but the most important one is clearly Count Dracula falling in love with somebody on spring break in Daytona Beach. No, I've been to Daytona Beach. You would never. The idea of a royal Dracula coming to the States, to Daytona Beach, falling in love with a mortal and staying there is ridiculous.
It is.
But I need to know more because she must be phenomenal.
Yeah.
Dano?
As a human being.
Yeah.
As a human being.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Brooke Dorsey in this film, in trying to argue that she deserves a raise, says the phrase, but I got the Princess of Gibraltar to admit she laundered money.
Yeah.
I
sure
love that
did.
story.
Where's that story?
Why?
Yeah.
Why is the Princess of Gibraltar running a business?
That's behind the paywall.
What?
So.
What is she laundering? I thought all the royal money was clean. Why is she laundering money? What is she doing on the side?
The risk of
How
it.
deep does this go in Gibraltar?
Yeah.
These are all questions I have. But I
More
also
than
wondered
fair.
if there was a fight.
Yeah. Well,
Oh, that's
you
a good
do?
question.
Yeah.
Well, it's time for a fighting chance with Vic
perfect.
Webster. Vic Webster's going to let us know if there was a fight in this movie. Vic, take it away, buddy.
Fighting chance with Vic Webster. A fighting chance with Vic Webster. Was the fighting in the movie? Did someone get hurt? It's a fighting chance with Vic Webster. A fighting chance with Vic Webster. A fighting chance with Vic Webster. Vic Webster.
I've done an action movie with Will Kemp, so I don't know how he got through this movie unscathed. Oh, I know, because there's no action.
A fighting chance with Vic Webster. Vic Webster.
Wow. How about that?
Man, it's
Tell
like
me
he
about
was waiting
He was
for
in
that
the waiting
one.
room.
Yeah, he's actually here
Yeah.
listening. He watched with us the
Well, he
whole
has
thing.
been all season,
Big
of
budget.
course. Guess what, everybody? We're going to be back tomorrow with another one. Another one.
What?
Until then, maybe the first to wish you a Merry welcome back.
Yes. Deck the Hallmark's a Bramble Jam podcast is produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.